Okay, before we go there, what's 2 times 5? So how we use this multiplication grid is you take 2 1-tiles, you can put them on the bottom or the top, it doesn't matter. That's where your factors go. And you take your 5 tiles and you put them on the other corner of the grid. Now usually I draw our grids a different direction, but it doesn't matter, your grid can go anyway. So then you fill in, see how it makes this red rectangle? So your length and your width are 2 and 5, and the area on the inside is your answer to 2 times 5. How many green squares are there here? 10. So if I went 3 times 5, I would have to put a 3 there, and then I need another group of 5. How many green squares do I have? 15. What's the length right here of this inside rectangle? 3. What's the width? 5. So really we're talking about area, and we're talking about length and width. But really we also call these factors. So the factors of 15 is 3 times 5. Okay. If I add one more, no big deal, put it there, then I need another group of 5. So what does this multiplication show? Who can say the multiplication statement? Yep. Close, but we don't have x's, just 1 times. 4 times 5 equals 20. So you got to have both parts. The factors we're talking about is 4 and 5. Okay. If we throw an x in there, things can get a little weird. Weird. Okay. So then we're going to need a whole bunch of x's because we got to fill in this shape. So we have x times 1, x times 1, and again x times this top one there. And there's our answer. Okay. Notice how these lines go straight up. They match horizontally, and match vertically. You guys okay with that? Good. So let's try the very first example. What is it? Who can read it to me? Yep.
3 rocket x plus 2 rocket.
Good. So 3, doesn't matter where I put it, I'll just put it here. And then what is it? X plus 2. Okay. So now we can fill in the grid. Just watch, please. So we have x right here, 3 of them. And what's our answer? How many x's? 3x plus. Bingo. Let's draw it. Okay, so what you need to do, you can make your multiplication grid any order. I typically make them this way. Okay? I think you guys like them better that way. So let's put 3 here. 1, 2, 3. And x plus 2 we'll put on the top. Now I'm just going to pick another color. So I'm going to make my rectangle here. And then I'm going to trace my lines so you can see the groups. So really this is 3 groups of x plus 2. And so what's our answer? What does this equal? (3x plus 6). So our multiplication statement is 3 bracket x plus 2 bracket equals 3x plus 6. Those brackets are super important. Okay. Now let's label it. This is our factors. These are our factors, proper English. Okay. And on the inside, this is our product. So we have factors, product. We could have switched the the 3 and the x plus 2. It didn't really matter which way we put it. Any questions? Okay, so let's make your grid real quick. And let's draw this. Put a 2 down somewhere. Then we have a 2x minus 1. Now we got to be super careful with our shading. You go ahead and draw the product. See what you can do. So for your product, you have 4 x's. And don't forget to shade your 1 tiles. So altogether, our multiplication statement is 2 times 2x minus 1 equals 4x minus 2. So, what can you guys notice anything? What do you guys notice? Yep.
Returning the outside number by the first inside number and by the second inside number.
That's right. It's kind of like 2 separate parts of the multiplication, isn't there? So we're taking the 2 multiplying by the first part and the 2 times the second part. Okay. All right, let's draw the next one. Go. Now we're going to get something different we haven't seen before either. Let's put the 2x on the side just because if we feel like it. It doesn't really matter where it goes. Squared, we're getting squares. Right? Because we're getting x times x. So we're getting 2 squares right here. And then we're getting a whole bunch of x's. Because it's x times 1, x times 1, x times 1. Okay. So when we go x times x, our exponents are 1. So this equals x exponent 1 plus 1, x squared. And you can totally see that from our area diagram with x times x giving us x squareds. So your multiplication statement will be 2x times x plus 3 equals what? 2x squared plus 6x. Okay. Try the next one all by yourself, see what you can do. So what do we have to be careful of here? Sorry? The negatives, yeah, totally right. This is not really a good diagram I drew because my squares look like rectangles. If it gets any worse than that, I wouldn't give myself a mark. Okay? So be careful what you're drawing is accurate to what we're creating, okay? So our final answer then is 6x squared minus 6x. Okay, so again, what does this look like without the algebra tiles? Taking 3x, multiplying by 2x, as well as taking it and multiplying by negative 2. Okay, so there's 2 parts to multiplication now. Okay, how you guys doing? Thumbs up, down the middle? Perfect. Okay, so let's try this now. Without tiles, what I like to do is just draw my arrows. It helps me keep track of what I've done. So 9 times 3x, 27x squared. 9x times 5, plus 45x. Okay, do the next 2. Go. Okay, first part. Gagan.
35x squared.
And second part. Ammon, Murda. Awesome. Hands up if you got that. Okay. Next one. Whole thing. Sukman, sorry.
8x cubed plus 12x3.
Good. That's a tester because you haven't seen that yet. So x squared times x gives us x cubes. We do a lot more than that, and that's why we can't use algebra tiles for every question. Just it helps us get the ideas down solid. Okay. Do you guys want help with the next two, or you guys want to just try it? Go for it.
Like a big giant X.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Just make that lowercase. I fixed it now, but yeah, it wasn't fixed then. Is that your question, Oscar?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Try both of those. Watch out for your signs. That's all I'll warn you on. Okay, so number 4, when you multiply, just watch your signs of your negative signs, and you should be okay. Any questions with number 4? Number 5, this is the trap that we always throw out there. You have to multiply in by what? -2. -2, -2, -2. Watch out for your negative sign. Now this one's unique. When you collect like terms, you get a what? What is that called? Trinomial. Okay, good. Any questions? Your homework is pretty good. There's a couple questions. One thing I want to go over before you start your homework is this. If this whole measurement is 7, this measurement here is 5, what is this measurement? 2. Okay, so keeping that in mind, if this whole thing is W, and this little part here is 3, what is this part? 7, what 5 equals 2? You, in your head, seriously, this is what you did, folks. You were in 7 minus 5 equals 2. And then you're stuck on this question? Yeah. W minus 3. Okay. W minus 3. Until I tell you what W is, you can't tell me what it is. Okay.